Imagine waking up to find that physical money has been universally banned. Every dollar, euro, and yen you own is now a centralized digital number. At first glance, it feels like peak convenience, but behavioral economists call this the cashless effect. When we remove the physical friction of handing over a banknote, we psychologically decouple the act of payment from the pain of loss. We swipe, we tap, and we unconsciously overspend because the transaction feels weightless. While this frictionless system looks like a triumph of modern engineering, it hides a significant trade-off. We are quietly surrendering our only decentralized financial backup system. A fully digital economy operates like a high-tech house of cards. It centralizes every movement of value when it functions, and it leaves the public with no alternative when the system fails. To see why centralization matters, look at how central banks handle severe economic downturns. Their primary tool to force people to spend money is dropping interest rates, sometimes pushing them below zero. Historically, they hit a wall known as the zero lower bound. If a bank tries to charge you a fee for holding your savings, you can simply withdraw your funds as physical cash. Because cash holds its face value at a 0% return, it serves as a reliable economic escape hatch. While physical cash exists, the zero lower bound barrier holds. Once cash disappears, that escape hatch closes. Under a central bank digital currency, authorities can apply a holding tax directly to your digital wallet. Your balance slowly drains, forcing you to spend. Without the alternative of physical banknotes, citizens lose their primary defense against state-mandated financial repression. This control extends beyond interest rates. In a cashless system, every coffee you buy, every donation you make, and every train ticket you purchase becomes a tracked, permanent data point. We already have a real-world blueprint for this level of surveillance. China's eCNY, or digital yuan, operates on a policy of controllable anonymity. Because this centralized digital ledger tracks every transaction in real time, it can be directly linked to a nation's social credit system and political compliance metrics. The consequences are specific. Posting a dissenting opinion on social media can trigger an algorithmic penalty. Your asset can be automatically confiscated, or your digital wallet frozen, instantly cutting off your ability to buy food or board a bus. In this digital panopticon, money functions as a tool for state compliance. Even in a stable society, digital currency depends on a constant, unbroken chain of electricity, server farms, and telecommunications networks to exist. Look at the Rogers Communications headquarters in Canada. In July 2022, a single error in configuring a distribution router during a maintenance update paralyzed the entire nation's connectivity. Millions of Canadians lost access to 911 emergency services, wireline internet, and electronic payment systems. 4 years earlier, a hardware failure at Visa blocked over 5 million transactions across Europe in just 10 hours. In both cases, people were left unable to buy groceries or pump gas because the underlying infrastructure failed. This inherent vulnerability is causing a shift in strategy. Nordic countries, which spent the last decade leading the move toward a cashless future, are now advising their citizens to keep stacks of physical banknotes at home. Defense analysts are driving this change to counter the threat of Russian hybrid cyber warfare, where a targeted attack on power grids and telecom networks could disable a nation's economy without firing a shot. It forces us to rethink what a banknote actually is. Physical cash is an offline, peer-to-peer technology. It requires no electricity, leaves no data trail, and cannot be centrally disabled by a hacker. In an increasingly centralized digital world, physical cash remains a necessary fail-safe for both national resilience and personal freedom.